Hi, today I'm going to test the Hovsco Yd851 8.5 inch scooter. It's got a 450 watt nominal, 620 watt peak motor. It's rear wheel drive, and I'm starting out on a full charge. The deck is fairly spacious for a little 8.5 inch tire scooter. There's no brakes on the front, as you can see. The stem is easy. It's easy to lock and unlock the stem on this. You just push that red thing in and pop it out. I got to do it some right-handed. Do it one hand. It's hard to do. See, very easy to pop on and pop in. Got very nice grips. Very rubbery feel. Very sticky. Got the throttle. I got the phone mount on the top on the throttle here. This is your latch, which latches down on the rear wheel. Tire. There's where the motor is, the 450 watt motor. It does have a drum brake, and I'm going to take it off for a little spin. We'll see how far it goes. I'm going to head towards Seneca Park Zoo in Rondequoit, New York. And here we go. Leave the charger here so it don't catch fire. I know nobody wants to see me walking through my house, but I don't want to fragment the video again like I did the past 10 times. Make sure I have my phone, which I do. Say goodbye to my pooch. I see you in a little bit, Dottie. And away we go. Dum-dum. Try to play some music for you today. I had to take the other video down for the Hovsco because of it was a copyright infringements. Make sure I got my keys on me. We're safe. It's a very lightweight scooter. Only weighs about 39 pounds. See how it works. How you doing, London? I'll be using YouTube's approved music. Make sure the light's off. How you doing? I'll be running in gear 1 for the initial part of the ride. I want to see how far I can get on this thing. It's got the 450 watt motor, so it's pretty powerful. I don't like using the I don't like using the cruise control because it eats the battery. It's good, don't get me wrong, it works perfect, but it eats the battery, chews the battery up too much. They say it's got regenerative braking, but I don't believe it. Morning. That's the only thing I don't like about the solid tires is there was like an 1.5 inch gap in the sidewalk. I just popped. This scooter would benefit from having a front suspension, like one of those, the little 2-inch front suspension to go on the bottom of the stem. It would benefit from it greatly. It's got a good motor in it. It's just the suspension, the lack of suspension kills the scooter like this. Rather than spend an extra $200 to put suspension on something to make it user friendly, companies just go out and try to make money on the damn things. People will pay the extra couple $100 for a suspension. Nobody likes riding on a rock surface.
Every move was on the pace, but I didn't like their way. Had to fight, misbehave.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes riding on a rocky surface.
I didn't leave to find my way. God, a daydream. I keep my mind up there almost daily. So I got time, no opinions safely. So I understand what I want in this place. See, because everybody wanna take that thing. So it's going on. Definitely brings blood. Success is a finicky thing. If you ain't sure, no.
Hovsco scooters have great motors. It's just, I just think they should try to put a front suspension and a small rear suspension on their scooters. I mean, it's not as though they can't do it. They're all made in China. The factory could put a bottom of the stem 2-inch suspension in the front and just a one single spring suspension in the back like they use on the U-Scooter GT. If they did that and up the battery a little bit, because 5 amp hours is it's small for a kick scooter. You should put like 10 amp hour battery in it. Because most people that commute are going to commute more than, between 5 and 6 miles. And a 5 amp hour battery is tough. I got to be careful because here's where I lost my phone on the last thing I did with the scooter. Once again, this is the Yd851 Hovsco 8.5 inch tire scooter, 450 watt motor. The Cagers in Rochester, they drive terrible. Block the streets. I'll do these 2 videos today, but I'm just doing them to replace the ones that got taken off the other day. It's cold, it's like 40 degrees out. See? Gotta watch out. Thank you. See, you gotta be careful. People coming off the expressway will run your ass over. Pardon my language. One thing about these little wheels, these 8.5 inch solid tires, they freewheel real easy compared to the 10 inch tires on my other scooters. They freewheel easy because this thing don't weigh nothing. It only weighs 39 pounds. Gotta wait for people to go into Walmart. This is Super Walmart here, Hudson Avenue. This thing does have some pickup. Instant you give it a thumb throttle, I mean, it's got juice. Just gotta be real careful. If this thing had suspension, this would be my go-to scooter because of the motor power. If this thing had suspension and a bigger battery, I know that's asking a lot, but if it had suspension and a bigger battery, it would definitely be the go-to scooter because that 450 watts is a big difference, nominal watts compared to a 350 watt motor scooter. You don't think so, but it does. It's got tons more power. You give it a little gas, the thing wheelies. Not gas, give it throttle, it wheelies. It's got a lot of power. If you ride it in the gear 1 where it goes 10 miles an hour, then you're good, you're all set. It just eats the battery when you go 20. This thing goes 25 miles an hour, people. It doesn't go 19 miles an hour. It goes 25 miles an hour. I had my brother ride my scooter. I have 4 scooters. I had him ride my scooters alongside of me, and my high boy said it was doing 19 miles an hour going down a slight hill, and I passed it up like it was standing still with this little thing in 3rd gear. So this thing goes way faster than 19 miles an hour. And like I said, if it had suspension, you wouldn't mind it going so fast, but you wouldn't mind it going so fast because it's got the power. I'm gonna see if I can put a Xiaomi 365 suspension on here, the replacement suspension. I'm gonna see if I can put it on this thing. Man, for April it feels like January. It feels like January. It's so cold out. We're on East Ridge Road, heading towards St. Paul Street. That's where the zoo is. Try to make it down there today. Got a very small bike path. I don't want to risk riding on it though. People run right over with this thing, on this thing. Come on, buddy. Facing a little bit of a headwind. Every day you get a headwind out of the west. I'm wondering if I could put one of those 48 volt battery, add-on batteries that they sell at My Max Mods. I wonder if I could put it on this thing. Because this thing would definitely benefit from another battery added onto it. But look at this incline. It climbs up it like it's yesterday's news, like nobody's business. It's definitely not designed for sidewalk riding, that's for sure. Going past my wife's old work. I used to be Acton Press. Back in the day. Now it's 3G packaging. Excuse me? Now it's 3G packaging. This thing is a hill climber, I'll tell you that. First gear is chugging me up this hill. My other scooters have a hard time getting up this little hill. Not this thing. Oh man, groundhog. What's up, groundhog? You're living in the basement? Definitely have to kick it out of that. You definitely have to kick it out of this frickin' cruise control mode. Thank you so much for fucking me over like that. Come on, buddy. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm turning around anyway. As soon as I can get past these cars. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a great little scooter, but I wish they would have put a frickin' bigger battery on this thing. 5.8 amp hours, way too small for the scooter. You got to put a 10 amp hour on it. I may let you go for a little bit of a cruise, but I mean, it chews up the battery. I'm already down 2 bars in the battery. I'll be lucky to make it home. I don't want the cruise control on there. I imagine it's the same as the Turbo Ant. My Turbo Ant, even though it has a 10 amp hour, it's 36 volt, and it don't go far either. I'm gonna bump it up to here too. So I only got 2 blocks to go, and I got 3 bars, so it should make it, hopefully. Famous last words. It should make it. This thing's got power for days. The problem is that it doesn't have battery for days. If it had battery for days, we'd be talking a different story. It's a lot faster in the in the drive 2 mode. I got to go online because I see on one spot in Europe that they have a thing for this, an app. It's supposed to be able to control the regenerative braking. Because I think if it had actual regen braking, it'd be all right. I think if it actually had regen braking, it wouldn't be that bad. Look at all the glass on the fucking sidewalk and in the streets. Can't get away from it. This fucking city's loaded with a bunch of assholes that throw their bottles on the fucking streets and on the sidewalk. I know that's not YouTube friendly, but still. You know what? Just because I'm only like 2 blocks from my house, I'm going to jam this up. I got 3 bars up. I'm jamming it up all the way into the top here. This goes 25 miles an hour. This will haul ass for about a block before I'm out of battery. Look at me. Look how fast I'm going. This little scooter hauls ass. Definitely faster than 9-Bot Max and the S2 Pro. With ease, it's faster. If this thing had a massive battery on it, this thing would be the kill, and the suspension. This motor's the best of all scooters I've ridden in this category. People ain't even gonna catch you on this thing if you go so fast. How you doing, buddy? Everybody gives me this smile. They can't believe an old guy riding this thing. They're like, oh shit, this little scooter flies. Compared to my other scooters, this scooter hauls ass. It hauls. You better be wearing some Dr. Scholl's though, if you're riding in a bumpy area, to save your feet. This thing really flies, man. I mean, it really flies. I still got 3 bars of battery left, see? Who knows how far it will really go. I'm just afraid to test it because I'm afraid it'll run out. It hauls me around and I'm 225 pounds, so what's that tell you? It's got power. It's the fastest of my scooters, to tell you the truth. If I could find suspension that would fit on this thing and throw one of those 48 volt adapters on the front of it for a bigger battery, this would be my go-to scooter. And now close this out. There we go.